Yes, we are live. Welcome to United Sauce and Wingers Monday Night Sauce Football Live. Let's do this. We're going to talk about who we need to sign in January to win the title. This is a huge show today because this could be the difference between not winning the title and winning it. It's that simple. Let's go, baby. Yes, welcome to the show. My name is Dominic, United Stand MUFC on Twitter. You've got Sean, Growth Football on Twitter as well. What's going on, brother? You good?
Yeah, what's going on, man? What's cracking?
Yeah, man, all good, man. I'm glad to have you on again. Look, guys, we're going to go and talk about. This is basically what can we do to win the title. And for me, we're on a path of something, and I can feel it, I can sense it. We're onto something good. And it could be the difference of just signing a player. And I'm not saying go and sign 3 players, 4 players. Before the show even started, we were like, how many players do we need? We don't need a lot of players. And we're going to explain why we don't need to sign 2 people, 3 people, 4 people. It might just be one person. But before we carry on, please smash that like button, share it to at least one person, your gran, your uncle, your nephew, whoever it is, your barber, even though you can't see him, share it. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Thank you so much for joining in and helping us grow this channel little by little, just having fun talking about football that we love. So let's get straight into it. This is Sandro. What's going on, brother? Good to have you on again. Yeah, you know what? Sandro must have been reading our minds, Sean, because we're going to talk about a centre-back and a CDM. I might just say it now. We're going to talk about what players could take us to the brink of a title in 2021. I can't believe we're talking about this on the show, Sean, that we're actually going to talk about how can we win the title. Is that mind-boggling for you?
You know what, man? It's a show I've been reluctant to talk about. It's a topic I've been reluctant to talk about. And even when we were talking about it this morning, I was like, do I really want to do a show on this? Because it's just like I'm not in the business of talking for the sake of talking, right? When it's about relevant stuff.
100%.
Right? So, but the reality is, Dom, this is actually where we find ourselves. So I think we are actually genuinely with a shout of a title push. And if you look at Ollie's record in 2020, or the team's record in 2020, since we brought in Bruno, there's only one team that's taken more points than us.
It's ridiculous.
And that's Liverpool.
That's ridiculous.
Which is absolutely insane. So there is something happening. Ollie is moving things in the right direction. And that kind of brings us to where we're at. Now, we've got to talk about it.
I don't like being reckless. I don't like being too reckless. I can be reckless when we smash leads. I'll be reckless all day long, man. I'll go and buy some Starburst and just have it up the whole pack. But right now, I actually think we're allowed to talk about this, Sean. We're allowed to talk about can we win the league and what will it take for us to win the league. So today, guys, you're watching Monday Night Sauce Football. It's not Jamie Carragher. It's not Gary Neville. It's Bad Boys for Life. No, I'm joking. It's Dominic and Sean. Right? You're going to get real. There's no people behind our back saying, no, you can't say that, Jamie. You can't say that, Gary. We're going to tell you how it is. We're going to tell you who we think we need to sign to win the title. And for me and Sean were talking about this. We don't need to sign 5 players. We don't need to sign 4 players, 3. We don't need to get on that train of, we've got to sign someone just for sake of it. No. It might just take one signing, just in case there's an injury, just in case we need that little bump because we see other teams buying. And sometimes, when you see other teams buying, you're thinking, oh, do we need something? You start questioning yourself. For me, it just takes that one player. And if we don't get this one player, we don't need to chase around for everyone and be like, oh, we got to find someone. I don't want to be that club. I'd rather wait until we find the right person, okay? So we're going to start with me first, right? I've got a player in my mind who I think could change our team. It's not a panic buy. It's not one of those situations where I just want to be spending for the sake of it. This is a player that has been in the Premier League for about 3 seasons now, 3 or 4 seasons actually. And he's been quietly going about his business. He hasn't made the headlines. He's just gone about his business at a club that, they can play decent football, but they're not the upper echelon. But this player I'm about to talk about is very special in my eyes. And I feel like with the ethos that Ollie's talking about right now, he wants to bring people that want to play for the club, understand how big this club is, haven't got an ego, and want to be that player, to do their job, go home, spend time with their family, but come back to work and help us win trophies. So I'm to introduce to you right now who I think we should buy in January. And you know what the best thing about this, what me and Sean are going to talk about, this is realistic. I'm not talking about let's go and get Ronaldo. I'm not talking about, I'm going to burst your bubbles now. I'm not talking about Sancho. I'm not even going to talk about Sancho, guys, because I don't think we even need him. And we could talk about that a bit later. This is the most realistic signing I think we can get that will improve our teams. If we have any injuries, he'll be there to step in. He'll put people under pressure who are playing already. And he's one that he's got the right age. He's got the right mentality. And I think he can really improve us. So presenting my January signing, if I was working for Manchester United, which will probably never happen, this is who I'd buy. There we go. 3, 2, 1. My guy. I'm not going to say his first name. Yves? I don't know. Honestly, I've probably said that the worst way possible, but I can say his last name. It's Bissouma. Bissouma? That's whatever his name is. Bissouma, right? This guy is gettable, and I'm going to tell you why we should do all we can if we're going to buy someone to buy this player. I'm going to break it down for everybody because this is really, really important, right? So, why I think we should get him, right? Bissouma has been in the Premier League for about 3 seasons, right? He's matured and he's been growing every season. No one really talked about him. He's been at Brighton for 3 years. We know that Liverpool went for him. So when you've got someone who's got a better scouting system than us, you've got to listen, right? If you're in the industry, okay, and you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to start even a channel, you've got to look at the people that are doing it well. If you're going to go and start a shoes brand or trainers, you're going to look at Nike. You're going to look and see how they've done it. What have they done to grow and so forth. So I'm looking at it. If Liverpool are in for this guy, we need to stop and have a listen, have a think and say, thanks for helping us scout him. We'll take it from here, right? So Liverpool in for him. He's got he knows about the Premier League. Okay. He was signed for an undisclosed fee, Sean. I think it was probably about 15 million on a long-term deal, 5 years. You know what I like about Bissouma, right? He is 6 foot. He's 24 years old, right? He's still very, very young and he's super tidy, okay? I'm not just talking about YouTube compilations. I'm not just talking about, even though I have watched them, I'm not stupid. I'm talking about watching him on the eye test. We've seen Brighton play about 13 games this season, and every game that Brighton play, people are talking about Bissouma. There's no surprise why Liverpool are looking at him and lots of other teams are looking at him, right? I started to think to myself, do we need a centre-back, Sean? I started thinking, is that the priority? But then I started to think to myself, for a centre-back to come into this team and just gel and make us play better, even if they come from a different league, they've got to understand the country. They've got to sort their family. It's January. They've got to understand how the other centre-back plays. That's a tall order. For me, finding the right centre-back, I know we're going to talk about someone in a minute soon. Finding the right centre-back is going to be hard, but getting a person like Bissouma from Brighton, whose stats are very, very good and very comparable to Fred, and I can talk about that later. For me, Bissouma ticks all the boxes. We can get him. Really, they're saying he's worth about 15, 20 million for a normal price. Manchester United will have to pay 30 to 35 million. What's your initial thoughts on that, Sean, in terms of going for this player to help us win the title? We've got a long season. Christmas period is busy. We're in still a lot of tournaments and cup competitions and so forth. Do you think this could be a good signing for us?
The simple answer I would have to say is no. I think it's a waste of money. At 20, 30 million pounds, people said the same thing. We spent 30, 35 million pounds on Van der Beek, can't get a game. So in my eyes, I wouldn't waste the money on him. That's not to say he's not a good player. I've seen little bits and pieces of him. I can't say whenever we've played Brighton, he's stood out to me as somebody that I thought, oh, hang on a minute, he should be in our team. Or he's even somebody who I thought is one of their better players. You know, the immediate players that spring to mind when I think of Brighton and their key threats, I think of Lamptey, I think of Mopai, I think of Connolly, and I think their centre backs get a decent rap. So for me, this Bissouma kid, again, I think he's neat and tidy. But when I look at a signing and I look at where we need to spend money to improve, I always think about the player coming in. He needs to be better than what we've already got in our starting 11. And for me, I'm not sure if this guy comes in and improves us enough. And in the context of this particular conversation, I don't think bringing him in wins us the title.
So just on
that basis, I'm saying no.
Okay, cool. And that's good, man. I want to see both points of view, because there's people just like you who are saying when we bring someone, it needs to be the best player, and just wait until we find the right person. There's other people that are saying we need to buy, we need to be competitive, we need to stay competitive. So we don't need to always buy people that are better than the players we have, because in all honesty, we bought Tellers. He's not better than Shaw for me. We've bought players that have improved our team that aren't actually better than the people we had before. So that there's people that are saying that, and there's other people that are saying that, wait a minute, we've got to keep getting depth to our squad. And if we keep looking out for someone who's better, who's to say that we're going to get them? Because every time people come to Manchester United, we get the massive fee. It goes from a player who's worth 20 million, all of a sudden comes 70 million. And then not only are they expensive, but we've seen that people have picked off players that we wanted. You saw what happened to Haaland. You saw what happened with Bellingham. We are not the Manchester United at the moment that can demand any player. So for you to say, with your valid opinion, that we have to go and get the right player, sometimes, mate, it's like when you're buying a house. Sometimes you've got to say, has this house got a nice windows, nice floor? Can I see my family in here? All right, cool, let's go for it, because you might not get that player. So I think we're in a situation where we need to remain competitive. I completely agree with you, Sean, that in the sense that we need to make sure we get the right player. But in terms of the profile, what do you think in terms of getting a position? What do you think is the most important position to me to strengthen in January if we go and buy a player?
Yep. I think it's interesting. If you'd asked me at the start of the season where I felt we need strengthening the most, it was always right midfield, and centre back. And I wanted Sancho more than anything, Dom. You know how badly I wanted that player for the last 2 years.
Honestly,
2.5 years I've wanted us to sign.
You broke my heart, man.
And broke my heart. Yeah, bro. I was so heavily invested in us getting him. Sometimes I wasn't even working, mate. I was just browsing the internet looking for news, any sound bites I could buy on to say that we're going to get him.
Sure,
so for me,
I muted Sancho on Twitter. At one point, I actually muted Sancho on Twitter. I couldn't take how many stuff we were getting.
It's that deep, man. It's that deep. Yeah, so for me, the right midfield position is still vitally important. I'm interested to see. So for me, I feel like our January signings already been made. We've got Ahmad Traore coming in for that position.
Yeah, but I'm talking about January.
I'm interested to see. January. That is January. He's coming in January.
No, I'm talking about a player that's most important. The other position that's most important apart from that.
Oh, apart from that, then, I'd have to say centre back is the problem. Because our midfield, when Pogba leaves, we've already bought his replacement. We've got that Van der Beek in, we've got Matic, we've got Fred, we've got McTominay, we've got Bruno. So I feel like we're well stocked in that department.
I'm just gonna.
So for me, I'd have to say centre back.
Okay, all right. I'm just gonna talk to get the guys involved here and girls in there as well, just quickly. But I want to come back to a point you just said, because I'm a little bit. I want to get your thoughts on this, because I'm a little bit thinking, Sandro, what's going on, broskies? Yep. I have a feeling that we won't get a great centre back in January, but a great CDM with pace might just do for now. Yeah, I know, Sandro. We were talking about this before. I don't want to buy a player for the sake of it. I don't want to get a centre back that's just available. I want to get a centre back that we want, and we have to get the right price. He has to come at the right. If we have to wait, we have to wait. I don't want to go and just get someone for the sake of it. Paulie,
who does Sandro want?
Yeah, Sandro, who do you want, bro? I've realised when I was looking at Paulie.
Who do you want? What centre back would you want, Sandro?
You know what I was looking at, Sean, with Paulie, right? Paulie won a cracker. That's what his name is.
Yeah. Paulie won a cracker. Okay, I like that. Man. What's going on, Paulie?
I love that. You know, Paulie won a cracker. Bully with a cracker. But he's saying, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want to centre back and a CDM away from winning the title. Whoa, that is bold. That is bold.
So he's saying we're 2 players away. Paulie,
Wow.
do you not think we need a right winger as well, bro? Or do you think we're covered there?
Let us know your thoughts, Paulie. He's saying, does he have pace? Yes, he does have pace, Physio D, big time pace. I wouldn't just talk about player for no reason. Quick. I've been watching Brighton specifically every single game. I've been watching Brighton Basuma specifically, just to see, because I don't want to get gassed over this.
Is he better than Fred?
I'm going to talk about that later on, bro.
I've got some stats. Fred, though?
I've got some stats to talk about, mate. And Sean, you can't always say, is he better than the players we have? It's not like that. Players are different. They bring different things.
It is like that.
You're always going to say the people that are wearing red shirts are better than the people wearing different shirts. You've got to think outside the box a bit more.
I'm not going to always say that. Dom,
yes,
that's rubbish. I'm not always going to say that.
Yes, you are. Sancho's here, yeah. Sancho said, I'd sign him today. He would be at least 40 million. Cheaper than a DD. Yeah, I'll take that too. Physio D. Lidl. Oh my gosh, Lidl. You know, I wonder if you did that on purpose. So that's actually Lidl, the supermarket. But Lidl is carrying.
No, I like that. Physio D.
But has not been in place. He does not trust the others. Definitely points in the need for centre back. Yeah, I hear that. Sufan, what's going on? Centre back. Yesterday we considered way too many chances. Yeah. So I've got 2 points here, right? People were saying that we're conceding way too many chances. Okay, I can't put this all down to Lindelof and Maguire. It's not. And people will be like, what's this guy talking about? You don't understand football. I do understand football. I watch it. I used to play it. It's not just down to Lindelof and Maguire. It is a team game, right? You're not telling me that John Stones or Laporte are miles ahead of Maguire and Lindelof. Because I think Lindelof is similar to Laporte. And Laporte won flicking Man City a title, right? It's the way that the team defends. And that's something that we can improve. And hopefully something that a new coach, I'm not saying like new, I'll say a new coach under Ollie can bring to the team. And also, if we have a good CDM, they will actually help the centre-backs too. So it's not just, don't just point fingers at Maguire and Lindelof. You can't always do that. I know they're not the best. And when you put them together, it looks like a hot mess. But I guarantee you right now, if we defend better as a team and get a strategy for defending, as well as corners, they will look better. Tell me right now, Sean, when we actually win games, no one really talks about Maguire and Lindelof, do we? Do you know what I mean? We don't really talk about them that much. Even when we won we don't talk about them that much.
Well, it depends. The Fairweather fans might not. But if you're looking deeper at the game, right, even after yesterday, we still had to talk about the defence. Even when we were winning, we're still looking at the defence and the chances we were giving up. I agree with you. It's not just on those two. I completely agree that it's not just on those two. I feel like the fullbacks, when you defend as a team, it is a team unit. I feel Wan-Bissaka doesn't help them in terms of his positional play and his reading of the game. But when I look at those two defenders, I feel like Lindelof especially, he's got some good strong points, don't get me wrong. But we need somebody next to him who's going to be dominant, who can dominate their attacker. When can you ever say Lindelof, even Maguire to a certain extent, has dominated a centre forward? We don't see it. Vidic, they used to dominate their centre forwards. I remember we used to play on the halfway line, ball comes up, header, tackle, winning it in front. The centre forward is not getting a sniff at Old Trafford. So we do need a centre back who's capable of it. And I personally believe we've got one ready-made at the club. In the form of Axel Tuanzebe, and I'm really hopeful that guy can fulfill his potential that we know he's got.
You know what, right? And Sufan, I get your point, big time. You said that we need to defend as a team. Yeah, 100% we do. But we also said how to win the league. For that, we need a centre back. Yeah, I agree. Defending as a team is not going to happen overnight. It's not going to happen overnight. You're right. But for me, how many centre backs are amazing, are ready for the league, who can adapt with what half the season's gone and come straight into the team and improve the whole team? Like I can't name 5 on my finger that are available that we can afford that will sell and leave halfway through the season to come to a team. Because all the centre backs that we really go for are either winning trophies already, or either like always fighting for top three, or either world-renowned centre backs, or they're going to demand stupid amount of wages. They're going to cost stupid amount of money. Who's available? The only person who's available at the moment is Alaba, because his contract runs out next year. But people are thinking we can just go and get Alaba. Other people are going to be going for him. We know that for a fact. Chelsea even look at him. Chelsea look at him, and we know Chelsea are very good at organising and getting their transfers. They got Havertz, or Head Hurts, I call him, for a decent price, right? We would have to pay 120 million for Havertz if we wanted him. They got him for like, 70, 80, whatever they did. So for me, I do think centre-back is key. I completely agree. But in a sense of it, this is about being realistic. What can we get in January to improve our team and win the title? For me, if Alaba's the only choice, like realistically, and I know Boogie Vibes, yeah, I get you, bro. Power Torres wouldn't be a bad deal, but I don't want bad deal. I feel like we still need to scout him. I feel like he's got the same body structure and style as Lindelof. I don't see him as a different player. I don't see him as an absolute brute with pace, with that determination. I don't see it. Prove me wrong, but for me, I don't want to buy a centre back if they're not available in January, just for the sake of it, because we've got Rojo, Phil Jones, Bailly, Axel Tuanzebe, who we got Maguire, Lindelof. Well, that's 6 or 7 centre backs already, and now we want to get one and just hope they work out. I'm not in for that. If we can get Alaba, Sean, I'll take him all day long. Mm-hmm. He's a winner. Mm-hmm. He's a winner. He's played left back. He's played centre mid before. He's played centre back. I'll ignore that stupid mistake he did when he gave them the ball and they scored in that game. I'll ignore that because that happens. But for me, if Alaba's the only choice, my priority then turns to CDM, who can shield that defense, because I know for a fact Fred's going to get a card, Fred's going to get injured, Matic can't play every game, and after that we got Scott McTominay, who's good, but for me, CDM wise, he's a more of a box to box midfielder, and he showed that yesterday.
But Dom, isn't that Basuma guy? He doesn't. I've been looking at him. Is he a holding player, or is he a high energy player that gets up and down the pitch?
Yes, I've been watching this and I've been studying this as well, because I've been looking, you know what, Sean? I've been looking at the top. Let me just get some comments in there, guys. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Smash a like, guys. It takes 2 seconds to smash a like and it really helps us. And share on Twitter or YouTube or Facebook or TikTok or Snapchat, whatever you want to do. I really appreciate it. So we got some people saying, Buggy Vibes is saying it's no more an issue. 2 places to settle, centre back and CDM. Completely agree.
Right wing is no more an issue.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Because we've got people coming in, like we'll talk about. Ankit saying Axel needs regular game time, or else he would be considered. Yeah, completely agree. I don't really get why he's not playing Axel, but we can talk about that. Sufan is saying I'll take a CDM rather than a centre back, since Alaba and Upamecano seem like the only options available. There are few CDMs available. This is the problem. This is the thing, and there's few centre backs available as well. Sean, so your question, right? To your question, we're looking at centre backs. Oh, he's gone. Where's he gone? He's absolutely gone. He's probably got a phone call. I'm going to talk to you guys, right? I'm looking at centre backs that are available. Okay, 100% like really good top quality centre backs that are available. I'm going to go through the list, okay? And you tell me, out of these centre backs that are available, who could we ever get, right? Who could we ever get that are available? Sure, I just said to the guys, right? I'm looking at the top 100 centre backs, okay? And I'll tell you right now, I'm going to go through this list and you tell me something that's in common, all right? Casemiro,
tell
Kimmich,
you what,
Kante, Fabinho, Busquets, Henderson, Rodri, Partey, Witsel, Guy, Nangolan, Allen. Mate, I could keep going on. None of either of these players are not available, wouldn't come to Manchester United. They're winning trophies. Say again?
Oh, goodness sake.
Oh, so he's gone again. So what I'm trying to say to you guys, right, is a situation that all the centre-backs that I've just gone through right now, we're not going to go and get them. They're not just going to just pop up and say, yeah, I'm great. I'm going to leave Bayern Munich where I play every single week, I win trophies, and I'm having the best time of my life. Fabinho, I'm not going to leave Liverpool when I've just won the Premier League and the Champions League. I'm not going to leave. You got a guy who just went to PSG in the Champions League next stages. We're in a situation right now where centre-backs that we want and that will improve our team are not available. And January is a very, very hard time to basically get good players. So why would we concentrate all our efforts on getting a centre-back that's either going to be too much money, want a lot of wages. It's just not going to happen. Let's bring back Sean in. Let's bring back Sean. How you doing now? Is your stuff all right?
Yeah, sorry. People keep trying to call me, man.
I mean, how many times have I said to you to put your phone do not disturb?
Bro, it's on do not disturb. I don't know
Mate,
why the calls are coming through.
You need to get an iPhone, mate. You need to get an iPhone, I'll tell you.
Yeah. Go on, what's up?
I've gone
so where did you get to? You're on that list. You were reading out that list of DMs.
I've gone through so many people, right? I've gone through all the main centre backs, top CDMs. Like, I can keep going to Rodri. I can go to all these players. Are not going to come to our team, and there's so many different reasons. We're not back.
So I'll tell you one player who I liked on that list, and I've liked for a long time, and he's gettable. It's Conte.
No, guys. What do you think about
No.
No, I need to hear what the guys
think. He's the only one on that list. He's the only one on that list who's definitively would improve us and is better than what we've got already.
No, but I don't think he'd come
into our base. He would absolutely improve our team.
Why would Chelsea say Kante to us? Why would
they weren't playing him for most of last season anyway? Lampard's trying to phase him out of the team.
No, he's not. He's playing
for that. Who's that? Who's that youngster they got? That Gilmore kid. He's trying to He's trying to bring in Gilmore, and I think it's been known. I heard that he was unsettled at Chelsea. I heard he wasn't happy there. Of how he got treated, and they were playing him out of position.
Kante plays every single game, Sean. I don't know where you're getting that. He don't play all the time. Why are Chelsea, when they're in dire straits at the moment?
I said last season. He wasn't playing, and he was playing out of position as well.
Yeah. Look, you know what? For me, right? I get what you're saying about Kante, but for me, I don't think we need him. I think we got Fred. I feel like Fred
Kante's better than Fred.
I don't know. I wouldn't say that, mate. I think Fred's performed better than Kante this season. Yes or no?
I feel that, and this is what I'm trying to say. The reason I'm saying that is because Lampard is not utilising him properly, and I think that's why he was unsettled. You bring him in and slot him in our team. Literally, you just put Kante in the same position as Fred, and that raises our level again.
Yeah, but why go for Kante, 29-year-old, who's basically, we're getting him at the twilight, the end of his playing career, really. Like, for me, you said to me, when we get players, we want to get players that are better than the players we have. Like, how much better is he than Fred?
He is better. He's
marginally,
a lot better.
Marginally.
He's a lot better. He's a lot better. Fred, as good as Fred is, his first touch is still dodgy, and at least once or twice a game, the ball gets taken off him because he has a poor first touch. That's how he got in trouble against Leipzig when he got sent off. And I don't think that's ever going to come out of his game.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
For me, I don't see that happening to N'Golo Kante. Kante is a baller.
Yeah, he is a baller.
He's a baller. Top baller.
I don't get what you're trying to do with that, because like you got what's the use in Kante and Scott Fred sit back together and don't go forward? Physio D saying Fred has been performing better than Kante. Forget Kante, it'll be like taking Matic again. We need Ndidi or Neves. Sandro saying
Neves. Neves is a good shout.
Yeah, Neves is not. Yeah, I'd rather Neves than Kante. I don't.
But I don't think Neves is the one.
I don't know, man. I feel like
Dom. Go on, you go.
Yeah, I just feel like in this situation, if I want to get a player, I want to get a player where I don't mind putting their name on the back of my shirt. I don't get any vibes for Kante. I don't know, man. Don't get me right. Don't get me wrong. He's a good player, but I'm not getting those vibes, man. I'm not getting those vibes about him. Like, you know what I want, right? I feel like Fred is super, super short, right? And Kante is super, super short. I get him, those sort of players. I don't want another sort of player like that. I'd rather someone who's a baller, but also is, Basuma, he's 6 foot, right? 24. He's learning the game. He's really good technically. Oh, that's a very good point. Physio D is saying about James Garner as well. I don't think James Garner's levels at all. I don't know what you think, Sean, but
James, what? He's been struggling at Watford. I've been tracking him because I really liked him last season. He was looking good in the under-23s. He's been in and out of the team. He hasn't really been pulling up any trees. And what I hear from at United is that I don't know if his progression is he has progressed as well as they thought he would.
He's not good enough, mate. Gilmore at Chelsea's 10 times better than him, and that Gilmore's like 4 foot. He's literally 4 foot.
And
he's
the same with Chong.
Yeah,
they're looking at bringing Chong back as well.
Yeah, it's not going very well. And Dylan Levitt, he's struggling at Millwall. Is it Millwall? Is he at Millwall? I think Dylan Levitt. He's struggling
Wigan.
as well.
Did he go to Wigan?
Dylan Levitt, where did he go?
I don't know. I'm not sure where he is.
I think he went to freaking Charlton. That's it. He went to Charlton on loan.
And he's not playing either. Yeah, he's not playing now.
So you know what, right? Just for me, look, to win the title, okay, if we bring Kante, there's no way, Sean, I can look you in the eye and say, yeah, this is going to help us win the title. I don't think it would.
Kante.
I don't think it would.
What I'm saying is, if you had a choice between Kante and Basuma, who's going to make more of an impact?
I'm actually going to be honest with you, Sean. I honestly be honest with you. Basuma would make more of an impact. And I'm honestly being serious. People know how Kante play. They know how Kante play. He's a workhorse. He can't shoot to save his life. I know Fred can't. Fred's terrible. But he can't shoot to save his life. Basuma is so good for long shots, so good for breaking up the play. If you actually compare Fred and Basuma,
so who does it?
Huh?
So but that Basuma guy, he's not even going to play, Dom. Where's he going to play?
No, mate, it's about the depth, though, and a different sort of team and a different sort of strategy, mate. We played Fred and McTominay, Matt Fleury, for Leeds specifically. But against Everton, we might not play the same. So if you're comparing Basuma, I don't like always looking at stats, right? But stats, when you get the eye test, stats can back up the eye test, right? So I do like looking at it sometimes, right? If you look at defending, okay, and don't forget, in the start of the season, we were backed against the walls against lots of teams. Don't forget that this season, right? We weren't just 90% domination and then we're just kicking back and the defenders aren't doing anything. So if you look at Basuma compared to Fred, right? Clearances, Basuma, 21. Fred's got 5. Headed clearances, 7. Fred's got 1. Fred can't head it to save his life. You know, when they kick the ball out, Fred doesn't even jump. That goal that we conceded to Leeds, Fred looked like a flicking Oompa Loompa. Didn't even jump. Right, aerial battles 1, 17, Fred 0, interceptions 11, Fred 11, tackles 43, Fred 26. So you can't tell me that Basuma playing for a worse team, right, when they're going to be even more backs against the wall, he's putting up those numbers and he won't improve us and be one for the future.
Dom, those defensive numbers, right? Clearances, interceptions, aerial duels. Of course, his numbers are going to be higher than what we've got at Fred, is because Brighton are bottom of the league team. They're a lower league team. They're going to be under pressure all the time. No, it is down to that.
We're not under pressure.
It is down to that. It is down to that.
Sure. Are you telling me that
he's going to Dom, let me finish, man. So I'm saying a lot of those stats that you pulled up, I'm not surprised by them whatsoever. And I put that purely down to the fact that Brighton are going to be defending a lot more than we are. And in most games, they're going to be backed against the wall. So he's a defensive player. His numbers should be higher.
Yeah, I get that, but you're talking like we dominate games. We've got 90% possession, and do you remember the games when it was literally our goal was getting absolutely peppered? Like we've had to do clearances too. We've had to.
No, I don't remember those games.
It's a fantasy.
It's a fallacy. If that was the case, we wouldn't be second in the league.
Did you watch that? No, because Sean, are you forgetting how many games we've come back from being 2-0, 1-0 down?
Crystal Palace. Dom, Fred didn't even play in the Crystal Palace game. It was Matic and Pogba.
Do you know how many people?
Where you going?
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm saying, do you know how many games we've gone down and had to come back? And you're telling me that we've been dominating games? You joking?
I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said been dominating games. I'm saying that Brighton are going to have been under more pressure and having to do more defensive actions than us in all those games. So therefore, the guy's numbers are going to be higher as a consequence. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's arguable because we've been under the cosh in the many games, mate. When we've had the Chuckle brothers trying to defend. Do you know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying. That yes, they will have more pressure because they're a lesser team, but we've not been in a position when we haven't had a lot of pressure. Say they've had about 80% of pressure in their games or whatever. We've probably had about 60. Because we've had to come back from 2-0 down, 1-0 down in so many different games. So what I'm trying to say to you...
So let's put it another way, right? you put
Go on.
Fred in the Brighton team. Is he going to have to do more defensive work than he does for Man United?
Was he going to be? That's what I'm saying. He'll probably have to do 60%, and Brighton would have to do 80%.
So he's going to have to do more, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So his numbers would be higher if he was playing for Brighton in those same areas. Maybe not aerial duels, because it doesn't matter what team you put him in. Fred's never going to win the aerial duels. But all the stats that you mentioned, his numbers will be higher. We have to make more tackles, more interceptions, more everything defensively, just by the fact that he's in a worse team and they're facing more attacks.
But the numbers should be a little bit higher. These numbers are much more higher than just, oh yeah, he's playing for worst team. If they were a little bit higher, I'll be like,
where are Brighton in the league table? Where are Brighton in the league? Let's just have a look at it quick.
I don't have a clue, man. But I want to quickly get into your. I know you said you didn't really want to get anybody. Just a quick one from Sufan. Brighton does do more defending, but defend as well. Sheffield was attacking our spot in the league. Yeah, that's my point. I know what you're saying, Sean. It's of course with a lower team, you're going to get more pressure on you. But I feel like we've still had a lot of pressure, and really Fred's numbers, when we're looking at stats, I don't really like looking at it, should be higher than that, right? That's what I'm saying. But let's quickly look at your player, right, Sean? You said before we came to the show that you're happy with your team.
Yeah, I'm happy with the team. I don't really think when I'm looking at the signings out there, and we're trying to find players that can win us the title.
Yeah.
I think there's only a certain few players that can do that, and I don't think any of them, just being real, I don't think any of them are available for us right now. So I'm looking at, realistically, I think we should wait until the summer. I don't think we should be wasting money. I think the players that we've got coming in January, I think we've got Diallo coming in. I think he can add us something, can bring a new dimension. Hopefully Pelestri can keep developing. He can bring us a little something new as well. And I think we've got players within our squad that have been underutilized for this. We've hardly seen anything of Twan Sabi. We've hardly seen anything of Fossey Mensah, Williams. I feel like the squad is deep enough. So any signings that we make, it is not for squad depth. I feel like the squad depth signings have already been made. We brought in Telles, we brought in Cavani, we brought in Van der Beek. Like, that was all to beef out the squad, allow us to rotate, allow us to play different systems like we have been doing. So I feel the next signings that we need to make now are the really top players who are going to come in and actually basically give us that extra 10%, which I think we need to go and win a title. So for me, you're looking at the names, the likes of like a Ronaldo, the likes of an Alaba, right?
Well, this guy, yeah.
Who else do I think? Yeah, that guy there. I think he can improve us. I think David Alaba can improve us. But with that said, I don't think he's gettable in January. I think we will be looking at him to come in the summer. So I feel like we got to go with what we've got, man. We got to go with what we got.
Okay. All right. Fine. All right. And then I'll be honest with you, there'll be a lot of people saying, Sean, I get you, man. You're being really pragmatic, Sean for president, but we need to go and buy some players, man.
I know people are going to be looking at Upamecano, right? And I feel like that's a name that a lot of people will be talking about. And for me, is a player that I think he did really well last season for Leipzig. But again, I don't know if he's the guy for us. I don't think he's the guy for us. When I see what Rashford did to him at Old Trafford, and how easy it was to score a hat-trick in however many minutes, this is like, why are we going to go and sign a centre-back like that?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what, though? There's a good shout in the comments here from Boogie Vibes, and I can't believe I forgot about him. He's talking about
Declan Rice.
Dennis Zakaria for Butcher and Mom Glablag. Well, I don't even know how to freaking say it. I've seen this guy a couple of times. I'm not going to say to you I've seen him loads, but this guy is powerful, boy. He's one of them powerful guys that, you're trying to hold it forward, and he comes, you're like a steam train. You know what? That's a very, very good shout. I'll be excited about that signing because it's one of those things.
I'm going to have to look into him.
Yeah. He's one of those people that he's good when he plays. And he's one of those ones like an unearthed diamond. That like roughing the diamond, we can get him. But again, I just don't think we're going to go for him. I don't think we're going to go anywhere near him. I think the only people we're in for, if you want me to do like a roundup of all the people that we're in for in this January transfer window, it's Basuma, it's Alaba. We're not going to go anywhere near Grealish. He just signed an extension contract. He's not going to leave in January. He needs to keep Villa up. We're not going to buy Sancho, even though he probably wants to leave. It's just too. I don't even want Sancho anymore. I'll be honest with you. Like, I want to see what happens with these young players we've signed for 25 million and so forth like that. Upamecano's not coming, and I don't really want him. I think we've already said, Ornstein and all the sources have said that we're not interested anymore. It feels like one of those weird transfer windows where the first window I've ever seen coming up, I'm not that fussed if we don't get anyone because I want to get good people. I don't want Phil Jones there anymore. I don't want Rojo anymore. I don't want, you know what, right? I don't even know if I want Declan Rice, you know? And this might be a little bit, not right now. I'm going to say right now, not in January. I'd rather have him in the summer. I want to see what numbers he pulls up this season. Well, you would take him in
so let's put another question out there then. From our position right now, right, we're 5 points behind Liverpool with a game in hand. How do we win the league from this position?
Yeah.
What can we do? How do we win the league? If we're saying there's no players out there really, because I think this Bazuma, I think it's a stretch. He doesn't win us the league, bro. I just got to keep it all the way 100. You bring him in, he doesn't win us the league. Is there anything we can do, or how do we win the league from this position?
This is it. And I hear what you're saying, Mahasandu. Thank you for coming in, man. Level. Really appreciate that. And you got some really good comments. He's been doing some really good comments this evening, so I appreciate that, bro.
Big up, Mahas.
He's saying, yeah, we want Rice, and I'm not saying I don't want Rice, bro. I'm not, and I'm not saying I don't really want Sancho. Obviously, he'd improve us, but the manner of how we're getting him, the money that we'll have to pay in January, getting him halfway through the season, among a time when Borussia Dortmund aren't playing well, it just screams warning signs. I'd rather get him the right way. Same with Declan Rice. I would take Declan Rice. Of course I would. I'm not an idiot. Do you know what I mean? But it's the manner of how we get these players and when we get them and the price we pay. I don't want to be one of those people that are just paying stupid amount of money.
Declan Rice, Dom, what is wrong with you people?
What do you mean?
Next you're going to be telling us to sign Calvin bloody Phillips.
Oh, well, you don't rate Declan Rice?
Gosh, we don't need to pay they're going to want what, 60, 70 million for Declan Rice. He's never been worth that, bro.
No, mate, I don't want him at that price.
He's never been worth that.
This is why I'm saying I don't want Declan Rice in January, because for me, January is a panic buy season. People don't buy in January just to like go shopping. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, just what's in the window. January is a panic buy. I don't care how.
Whenever you try and get him, whenever you try and get him, West Ham have already put a stupid price on him.
Yeah,
I don't want these kind of dead players, man. I don't want them. I don't want any Calvin Phillips, your Declan Rice, your Scotty Longstaff, your Matty Longstaff. I don't want any of these crap ballers, bro. I don't want it. How can you say Declan Rice, sign Declan Rice, and then tell me N'Golo Kante is not good enough? It's crazy. It's crazy.
No, I get it. Declan Rice is a good baller, but for the price he's paying, he's not good enough for me. For the price that we'll have to pay, which would be 80 million, 90 million. The only person that's good enough for 80 million. The only person that's good enough for 80 million, and I never thought I'd be saying this, I think Jack Grealish, if he keeps doing the numbers he's doing, he's worth 80 million. Yeah. He is.
It's sad. It is sad that you have to pay 80 million for Jack Grealish. But I'll tell you what, he's worth it. He's worth it. He's that good. He is that good.
Yeah. You know what?
And he's showing that he's that good.
Ankis made a good point. Bruno was a panic buy. Yeah, it was, because we lost Pogba, McTominay, I believe. And it was a panic buy. I told you, January is a panic season, man. It's like it's the day before Christmas. You ain't got a turkey yet. You are buying a chicken. You're going to buy some fish. You're going to buy some goat. You're going to buy whatever you can do. January is that season. But Bruno's actually saved us. So actually January can be an actually really good position if you buy well. Because we could have bought really bad in January and not bought a Bruno, and the guy could be just sitting on the bench. We gave Igalo an extension to the contract. He hasn't got a parking space anymore. The guy does not know where to park, right? But this is the thing. We sometimes do this thing.
I've got a question.
Go on then. I'm ready for it, man, Gary.
Yeah. So if you slap, right, we know Sancho was the guy for us. If you go back to Borussia Dortmund now, they wanted 108 million. if you go and slap 80 million down offer now for Jadon Sancho, do you think they take it?
Oh, that is such a good. So if we offer Borussia Dortmund 80 million right now for Sancho in January, would they take it?
Yeah, because they were wanting 108. The guy hasn't scored a goal this season. He is playing awful. So I'm like, can you test their resolve now to try and get him on the cheap?
Well, let me sling this back to you, Gary. Jamie, I'll be Jamie, you be Gary, whatever you want. Would you rather spend 80 million on Grealish?
Would I rather spend? Guys
in the comments, 80 million on Grealish or 80 million on Sancho? Just to say Sancho or Grealish. I want to know what you guys, because you guys know football. So
are we talking as in what's realistic, or if you could get them both for that price?
Yeah, you can get them both 80.
Because I personally don't. I would love both. I personally don't.
Sancho will be less trouble.
I think Villa will sell 80 million for. I don't think Villa will sell for 80 mil, especially not in January. I don't think that will happen.
We're saying 80 million. Say they're both 80 million, because we don't know if Borussia Dortmund will sell for 80 million for Sancho. So middle ground, 80 million. Do you sign Grealish or Sancho? I'm holding you to this, bro.
All right, I'm gonna have to choose one. Grealish. Oh, bro, do you know what? Dom, how you do this to me, man?
Hey, I'll be honest, man. Sancho or Grealish, 80 million January.
Who's going to come in and make an impact for it? Bro, I've got to keep it 100. I'll have to go right here, right now, as we speak, in the current climate, Grealish.
Wow. He's gone for Grealish. I think
if you put Grealish in this Man United team, the form that he's in, he's going to be a game changer for us. He probably gets you 10 goals between now and 10 league goals between now and the end of the season, and probably another 10 assists. I think Sancho, he's not in good form.
What's the people saying? Sandro said, I want a right winger. Grealish can play there, but not the same. Get Sancho. So you're saying Sancho. What's Neji saying? Sancho for 70 million, Chong on loan. Mesandu saying it's Sancho. What? Sancho with Rashford. Mate, I'll say it's a little bit going towards Sancho, no?
I think it is going towards Sancho. What I would do is I would move Rashford onto the right, which put Sancho, Grealish starting left wing. Neji.
Oh, you know what, man? I honestly, be honest with you, I don't know what I'd be if I woke up and there's a breaking news. We've signed Grealish or we've signed Sancho. You know what?
Sancho hasn't scored a goal all season.
I'm going with Grealish. I'm going with Grealish. You know I'm going with Grealish because we're buying in January, bro. And January, you need someone to just go straight in. Bruno it was an anomaly. He was an absolute species that was never supposed to be there. He played very good, but that doesn't always happen, that you come in January and all of a sudden you're just absolutely banging in and setting up goals. Grealish would literally be driving his car to Manchester and playing football like he does with his shin pads down. That's literally what he'd be doing. He could play off the right, he could play off the left, he could play cam. He's literally Sancho,
play through the middle,
but with bigger calves.
Yeah,
he's literally Sancho with bigger calves. So, so for me, I would go Grealish, man. And I think Grealish. You know what the problem is, right? And this is something I want to ask.
What's the max you pay for him? Go on.
How much do I pay for Grealish?
What's the max? Because realistically, 80 million. They already said that's not going to be enough.
Yeah, Boogie Vibes. I get that. No, because he's 80 million now after he signed a contract.
No, they wanted 80 million in the summer, but he's had another good season, Dom. They're not letting him go for 80 this season.
I don't think
we have to pay more.
No, because you're forgetting about coronavirus, bro. We don't need to pay more. 80 million's fine. 80 million's absolutely fine.
Okay, so if you're the Aston Villa chairman, are you selling him for 80 mil? Your best asset.
80 million is a lot of money, bro. It's a lot of money. Yeah, probably would in coronavirus.
They wanted, was it Palace wanted, 70, 80 million for Zaha, bro. Now, these teams are not selling their players cheap anymore. He's got a 5-year contract. They've just signed it. They don't have to sell. I think they're going to demand something silly like 100 M's.
Guys, if you're watching, please like the video. Really appreciate it. Share, subscribe if you're new as well. Really helps the channel as we grow little by little. I'm going to say, mate, 80 million to coronavirus, man. You can't act like this is a normal season, a normal era. If Aston Villa want to sign Jack Grealish, they'll smell the money and they'll be like, okay, fair enough. I can smell this. So you know what? Let's see what we can get. But I think they'll come down to 80 mil. And you know what? On this point as well, you said to me, Sean, you say it quite a lot, and I want to get people's views on this. You say to me quite a lot that Van der Beek was the actual, I don't know, replacement for Pogba.
For Pogba, yeah.
Do you think he's actually good enough to be a replacement for Pogba?
Do I? Okay. Yes, and I do.
Really? You can't get a game. Slaughter him.
He can't get a game right now, no, because we don't need him right now. But what I'm saying is, in time, we've seen his quality. We've seen what he can do at Ajax. He's not the direct replacement for Pogba. They've got different attributes. But in the team system and the way Ollie wants to evolve our football, I believe that he's going to be good enough in that new system once Pogba's out the door.
That makes sense now. In the new system and playing a different type of football, he can fill a gap in a different way.
Yes.
Okay,
he's more of a team player.
Yeah, because when you said to me, "Oh, he's a replacement for Pogba," I was like, "Bro, I don't know a lot of players who are better than Pogba as a midfielder." Can you actually tell me a player that's better than Pogba as a centre attacking as a CM, box to box, whatever he is? Who's actually better than Pogba in the world right now?
But what is Pogba though? That's the thing. We don't know. What is he? A left? Is he a lamb? Cam? What is he?
No,
we don't know what he is, bro.
No, he's a box to box midfielder. That's what I call him. We've got so many box-to-box midfielders, man. Like, obviously, we've got McTominay. No, I don't know about that, Masandu. I don't think he's a 10, bro. He's never played 10 for France. He's never played 10. He never plays 10 for Man United. I think he's a box-to-box. You know what? Pogba plays where he wants to play, man. But I don't think he's a 10. I think he's more of a in a 3 of a CM in a 3, a pivot if he has to be when he can drive.
He's like an 8.5. He's like an 8.5.
Who would you say is better than Pogba?
So, for me, I would say De Bruyne is much better than Pogba.
Whoa, guys, you've heard it here first. Sean said De Bruyne's better than Pogba. Is he right? Because don't know, Sean, mate, on that one. I don't know.
Are you drunk, Dom? Are you drunk, mate? I'm sorry. No, you might play. He plays for Man City. De Bruyne is 10 times million better football player than Pogba.
I'm talking about this. Though.
Sorry,
if
man.
Pogba played for Man City, would he be better than Kevin De Bruyne at Man City?
No,
really,
absolutely not. He probably wouldn't even get into the team. The lazy.
No.
You're saying what I would say.
You're being biased now. I can't take you seriously. You're being biased. You're being biased.
No, I'm being real. Look at KDB's numbers consistently over the past 5 years.
No, hear him. No, but he's been playing for Man City, man. You can't do that. I need to know people. Tell me if KDB's better than Pogba, and be honest. As ability, not like in sense of he's playing games and he wants to leave us. He's a clown. He's a flicking traitor. I mean, in terms of ability, in the transfer market, if you had Real Madrid going for Pogba and Kevin De Bruyne, who would garner the more of the
interest?
Price?
Oh, Dom, that's not even a question. That is not even a comparison.
Really?
It can't be. Not to anyone who knows football.
What are you saying? Kimmich, Thiago, De Bruyne, all better because they're consistent. Pogba has all the talent in the world and hasn't performed. Yeah, but
there we go. There we go. There we go.
People at Orange saying compare Bruno vs KDB, not Pogba. You know what? I feel like there's a bit of hate at the moment, and I get it because I don't like the guy anymore either. I haven't got any time for it. I've stuck up for this guy. I have stuck up for Pogba so much.
The love's gone, man. The love's gone. I feel like a lot of Man United fans have. And
you know what?
The love's gone.
I'm gonna have to say Kevin De Bruyne as well because the guy. I stuck up for him when he was doing this stupid dance in the locker rooms, when he was doing this stuff, and he was coming out every sort of a spring break saying I want to leave the club and doing all these different things and having a spat with Jose Mourinho I stuck up for him because I was like, look, maybe it's the players around him, maybe they're not up to his level. But I've realized to myself, the guy needs to bring people up to his level. The guy needs to play and concentrate on his game. If he's setting up people, but they're not finishing, people will notice that. If he's running down up and down the pitch, but people aren't following him, people will notice that. Play your own game, worry about your own game, and the results will come. But this guy is a sulker. He's a sulker.
Yeah. Dom, that's a good point, actually. The guy who just made a comment, there's not that many players at the elite level that could come in to improve our team where we need to get to. And it's crazy, I hate to say it, but Thiago Alcantara, he would be one.
Oh, don't.
Why I believe would just slot into our. I know we can't get him. But that's the level of player that we need. Even I'll say a Genie Wijnaldum. If we had a Genie Wijnaldum in our midfield, we would be better.
You know what? This is actually quite true. At the moment,
again, we can't.
At the moment, Thiago is actually classed as a flop, and you can't actually argue with that. He actually is classed as a flop. He hasn't played
because he played one game and got injured.
He actually is a flop. Benteke's played better than him. Benteke scored goals. Honestly, like, Thiago's actually a flop. I can't actually believe it. And people aren't taking your Wijnaldum. They're not taking that, mate. I actually think he's all right, but he's not a well beater.
Why now? I know he plays for Liverpool. We shouldn't really talk about him. But I'm sorry, for the time Barcelona are trying to sign you, you could play football.
Yeah. No. I think we're in a situation. Well, look, to win the league, Sean's made it nice and clear, guys. And I kind of want us to all think about this, because I feel like we're all level-headed and we all want our club to succeed. And we know that January isn't the time to go shopping and just buy flicking like watches, cars, houses and stuff. We need to go and buy the thing that's going to last. We need to go and buy someone that's going to improve the team. For me, the only way I really see us improving the team, and this is with realistic buys, is Bissouma, David Alaba, and if somehow Dortmund are just lose all their money, I would take Sancho, because we can get rid of Lingard. I love the guy, but he's not a good level enough. James can go on loan somewhere. I don't care. We can get rid of players easy. So I would take Sancho if he was available. If he's not available, I'll take Grealish. But for me, realistic signings are David Alaba or Bissouma, and I think they would both improve our team. And not only that, Sean, psychologically, they would improve us as well. But guys, thank you so much for joining in for the Monday Night Source football show with Gary Neville and myself, Dominic and Sean. We're keeping it real. We're having good vibes. And you know what, guys? I'll be honest with you. We can win the title. Enjoy that tonight. Get some ice cream, get a milkshake and enjoy it, because we're going to play Everton soon. So join us for the Everton preview. That will be tomorrow, I believe. So tune into that Everton preview and we'll go for the game. But it's only a cup game, innit? We'll just have some banter, bring some drinks and crisps. Thank you so much, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video.
Nice one, guys.
Whoop, whoop.